I'm going to start today by weighing myself. Cannot remember the last time I did this.
Oh, the fat scale.
Is that 92 kilos? Is that seriously 92 kilos?
Yeah, 91 and a half.
I'm much heavier than I thought I was. I thought I was like 89.
What is going on, team? Craig G back with another commentary over this video, and today I just wanted to cover something that has been kind of highly requested recently on Instagram and YouTube, and it's how has my physique changed over kind of the year and a half, 2 years that I've been doing CrossFit. Now obviously if you've been around on this channel for a while, you'll know that before I started doing CrossFit I was like a full-time bodybuilder, did a couple of shows, and then kind of over the space of 3 or 4 months I gradually transitioned from kind of full-time bodybuilding to full-time CrossFit. One of the hot topics in the bodybuilding industry especially is when you think about CrossFit you think about losing your gains. There's a very common phrase that you hear thrown around. Honestly, pretty surprised this morning when I stepped on the scales at 91.5 kilos, which is pretty much the heaviest I've ever been. At the height of my bulk, where I had a lot more body fat, I was 92 kilos, but as you can see from the middle picture at 91.5 kilos, 202 pounds, I'm pretty lean. And my physique hasn't really changed a lot.
So there's your answer in kind of a nutshell. If you just flip back and look through the pictures, you'll see in 2016 I did kind of lose 5 or 6 pounds, and that was due to not eating enough calories. With bodybuilding you kind of train an hour a day, targeting specific muscle groups. CrossFit is very high intense training with your strength work chucked in, and obviously I wasn't eating enough to sustain the high intensity. But now I'm back eating 4,000 to 4,500 calories a day. The weight and the muscle mass has kind of gone back to where I was. And I guess now the only difference I have seen in terms of physique between CrossFit and bodybuilding is like a tiny change in proportions, but also now with CrossFit I have a very kind of consistent physique. Whereas with bodybuilding it kind of fluctuated in fat levels because that's how you put on muscle.
So I'm just going to quickly dive into this point a little bit more. For the people that maybe don't fully understand about CrossFit, or vice versa, the people that do CrossFit and maybe don't understand fully about bodybuilding. I found with both bodybuilding and CrossFit there is an on and an off season. With bodybuilding, it's bulking and cutting. You eat a surplus of calories, put on some fat with the aim of building muscle. Hence your weight balloons and your physique holds more fat. And then you have the on season where you shred down for a show, try and cut off all the body fat but maintain the muscle that you built in that bulking phase. Hence the physique kind of yo-yos in weight and fat levels. Whereas with CrossFit, because it's obviously more performance orientated, we do have an off season, which probably explains why I'm 91.5 kilos at the moment, which is around 6 months of the year where we don't necessarily focus on putting on weight, but we focus on increasing our lifts. We tone down the metabolic conditioning, the cardio workouts, and we up our strength workouts to increase our numbers. And then for us, our on season is usually leading up to the CrossFit Games Open, which is a huge CrossFit competition where we increase our metabolic conditioning and our endurance training whilst trying to keep the strength that we built in that off season. And with that usually comes a much higher energy expenditure, and so we may lose a kilo or 2. Basically the focus on performance in CrossFit, for me, I believe helps maintain that very consistent physique throughout the year. Now I quickly just want to go into numbers. With bodybuilding, it's usually kind of 6 to 8 reps. You concentrate more on hypertrophy training. When it comes to CrossFit, the focus completely shifts from a physical look into how your body actually performs. And if we're looking at how my body has changed since doing CrossFit, and more specifically the numbers, my squat has gone up from 180 kilos to 200 kilos. My bench press has gone up from 120 to 132.5. My deadlift is still at a solid kind of 200. In terms of clean and jerk and snatch, 2 things that I never did with bodybuilding. I've managed to hit a 141 clean and jerk. And 112.5 kilo snatch. So in terms of body changes, I feel like I've become more of an athlete in terms of my numbers going up, but also my general cardiovascular has gone through the roof since starting CrossFit compared to what I was like when I was bodybuilding. That's in terms of kind of running, burpees, higher volume, kind of my general work capacity.
So there we have it. They are the physical changes that have happened in terms of how my body looks and how it performs since transitioning over from bodybuilding to CrossFit. They're just kind of like the facts. But honestly, they're really not that important. For me, the most important thing and the most noticeable thing that's happened is I've mentally shifted. I've gone away from focusing on how my body looks into how my body performs. And I feel like waking up every morning fit and just ready to go and attack the world and just do something different every day has been a great shift for myself. Don't get me wrong, I love bodybuilding style of training. It's just I've fallen in love with a different thing. And mentally it's put me in a better place. I'm not 100% sure what I'm trying to say, but I think my take-home message from this is physique is an expendable thing, right? It doesn't change who you are as a person. It doesn't really affect what other people think about you. The most important thing is your health, both physically and mentally. And with the majority of training, it's literally just finding something that you enjoy doing. And if you find that thing and you commit to it, train hard, train smart, eat well, your physique is going to change regardless. So find something that motivates you and gets you out of bed in the morning. That is going to be the end of this video. I hope this made sense. I think I've just rambled on for the whole of this video, but I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then as always, smash that like button. It really, really does help the channel. You guys rock. Thank you for coming back and supporting the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.